What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. But this video is entitled Attracted to the Buck and the Jezebel. Subconsciously or consciously. I notice, there's let's be in layman's term, women like thugs, men like hood rats, right? But if you dial it back a little bit, in some degree what you're saying is women like bucks and men like Jezebels. Our society is both undersexual and hypersexual. So we're sexually starved to a degree because everybody's using sex as a weapon. So what you're attracted to subconsciously is somebody who is easy to sleep with, or looks like a sexual, looks like a great piece of meat for you, whether you're a man or a woman. What do I mean by this? When we talk, when men talk about women liking thugs, bad boys, Pookie and Ray Ray or whatever, and these guys are considered bucks, whether it's by their body type, or their hedonist approach, or them being reckless, or them just being unintelligent, or it could be a mix of things, right? Because a guy who's considered a sexual buck is always not considered as the smartest of individuals, right? He's just there to get you off, and that's what he has a PhD and giving that D. So subconsciously, this is what some of the ladies are attracted to, right? Because there's a certain type of guy that gets them aroused. If you notice, there may be a certain look, and you're like, well, what if it's not the look? It's a certain energy. It's a certain way certain guys carry themselves, because you can see people from big to small, from fit to fat, from dark to light, but there's something about them that signifies that they're a buck, and that's a turn on. They're freaky, like recently, they did the thing about R. Kelly. To a degree, he's a deviant sexually, but more so he's a buck. And women love, like the women, this is why the women don't necessarily go at him like that, because they want to be broken in by a buck. They want to be dominated and ravished sexually by a guy who has that energy that can turn them on in that way. And us as men, we don't get to control who are those guys. Like, part of when guys are talking about being alpha males, part of that is exuding being a buck. Women choose you to have sex with. You're their number one buck pick. You know what I'm saying? So, and ladies don't want to admit, oh, well, I'm attracted to this, and this is why the guys say, you say one thing, you say you want this type of guy, but the guy you're with and you're giving your body to, which you say is your most prized possession, you're giving it to a quote unquote buck, not a man. You know what I'm saying? That's different. So this is where this, he needs to be a thug in the street, but a boardroom guy. He needs to be a buck, and he needs to be intelligent, basically. It just, he needs to be a sexual beast. You see, a warrior can kind of translate. Like if somebody's a warrior, soldier, fighter, that would in some ways put them at buck status. Like if you're in some dangerous position that your life could be on the line. The excitement of that draws that energy of urgency sexually that turns women on. This is why soldiers could get a lot of sex. Guys who go to jail could get a lot of sex. Guys who are in a dangerous life could get a lot of sex because they understand that they might not have long to live, and the women understand that they living in the moment, and the moment is most important. So it's a fantasy turn on. Now, same thing with the Jezebel. Like BGS would use Keisha with the big booty, with the fat ass, right? Usually that's a Jezebel, Sapphire, hood rat, You don't like the girl who's twerking her ass everywhere, but you like the girl that's twerking everywhere. Like, you in love with a stripper too. Why? Because you're subconsciously in love with a Jezebel because she seems like she's built for sex and she's easy. So she's here for you to get your rocks off sexually. So some people get mad because if the Jezebel don't want you, it doesn't add up. Like Jezebels are supposed to be community property. Period. This is the mindset because everybody gonna have everybody and had her, and that's her choice. She's promiscuous. You know what I'm saying? But subconsciously we're attracted to her. We have our Jesus complex where we're trying to turn Mary Magdalene into a wife. So, and you don't want to admit that, we look at looks and fertility in a sense of good and evil. The prettier a girl is, the prettier her body is, the more fertile she looks. We look at her as good. The uglier she is, the less attractive her body is. We look at her as bad. The humanity is based in the physical package, right? So, what are you attracted to? Subconsciously, you're attracted to the Jezebel. She's here to be used and ravished and impregnated if you want to, right? And this is part of the thing about it. Like, you see women playing up their sexuality until they can't anymore, and this is part of them being having no value after they are unattractive and not fertile. So this is the big problem, because now us guys, some of us can't admit that their value is sexual. For some of us, that's what it is. It's not even companionship. It's not conversation. It's straight sex. If you ain't, I mean, if you ain't bringing that to the table, what we talking about? And you're attracted to the people that are most sexual. You look at, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat. What are the thirst traps made of? The attractive, the Jezebel. The people with the most followers use their body as a form of promotion, and you're attracted to that, and you want that. And they say they don't want you in a DM, but they want you in a DM. The women that have maybe a beautiful mind, a beautiful personality, they're not getting as many followers, because that's an acquired attraction. The immediate attraction is the physical one. So subconsciously you're attracted to, what is it? Your first impressions are the best. So when you see something beautiful. That's your first impression. She's beautiful. She must be beautiful. That's not your, you come to learn in time that beauty isn't a character quality. It's not an integrity, a dignity quality. It's just an outer shell. But ultimately, we don't want to admit, as people, women are attracted to the buck and men are attracted to the Jezebel. And a lot of these issues that people are having come from your conscious or subconscious attraction to your biological imperative of screwing who you feel like is the best person to screw. So we out. Peace.